Well, giddy up, Phil. It's time for the top 5 hockey card sales from last week again.
Giddy up. Let's go. I want to see what we got.
Okay. We're going to get right into it. We cannot wait. So it's been a minute, Phil, but at number 5, we welcome back an old friend to the top 5 hockey card sales. It's a 2005-06 SP Authentic Alexander Ovechkin Future Watch Auto out of $9.99 PSA 10 that sold for $11,100 US in the Fanatics weekly auction on June 1st. So there have been 7 sales of PSA 10 copies of this card since the end of March, so right in the last couple of months. Of those 7 sales, 5 have been between 11 and 12,000. So that's a pretty good sample size to tell us that, well, I guess this is probably the real value of this card. And the card has an incredible 47 public sales of any grade, just copies of the Future Watch Auto in 2025. After only having 51 total in 2024. So you've had 47 in 5 months and 51 in the prior 12 months. So you can tell he broke the record and people are going after the card. Here's my key question to you. We've talked about this card a lot, as we know. Is there such a thing as Future Watch Auto burnout, do you think? Or is this card so iconic that it doesn't matter? It's just amazing. And
yeah, it's its own currency, like we said, right? In Russia, it's probably worth its own, it has its own ecosystem of finances. It's a beautiful card, man. I just realized something too. Look how happy he is. He's smiling. He's glowing. It is a great card. It's a window into the future, and we're living in the future of that card, right? And broke the record. Yeah, I mean, it's. I know we're getting sick of it here and there, but it's an iconic card.
Yeah, it's tough to get sick of. You're pretty cynical when you get sick of this card, I suppose.
Yeah, the serial number is pretty cool. You got Gretzky in there, 99. Maybe the person thought that was cool. 55, who would be 50? Yeah. Larry Murphy. Sergey Gonchar. I don't know.
You got the classic Ovi off-centered auto, which has to be on every auto card. So
usually he goes to the right, but he put it to the left. All
right. Well, that was on the right. I don't know. Let's go to number 4. So coming in at number 4 this week is a 2018-19 SP Authentic Wayne Gretzky and Connor McDavid Sign of the Times 2 dual auto PSA 10 auto 10 double dimes on the grade. Sold for $11,400 US on June 1st via the Fanatics Weekly. I like this card a lot, Phil.
Big fan. Nice, clean. We love clean cards, simple cards, beautiful spots for the autographs. Look at the autos. The boys did a great job, as they usually do. Out of 25. Would have been nice if this was out of 10, maybe, right? 10 would have been nice.
Royalty. Pretty rare, though. It's even though it's out of 25, it's sold only 3 times publicly. So last April for $10,500.
Wow.
Then October 2023 for $11,590. So given that this sale was in the general price range it sold at, and the fact that Connor McDavid may 2 weeks from now could have a Stanley Cup, if you're like the investee type, probably not a bad purchase, even from that perspective.
Both. Imagine if they got Connor. I'm just playing devil's advocate here. If I had to pick one thing, Connor in the same Oilers jersey as Gretzky, right? Because sometimes they wear the old ones. Oh my God, that would have been amazing. Imagine pulling this out of a pack. That's where the beauty of collecting is. Just pulling this card out of a pack. Oh my God, how memorable!
You might pee a little.
Yeah, a little dribble. I'm in my 40s now. Yeah, sure. It's hard to get the big stream out there. So
I really like when they tie the past into the present with autographs like that. I think that's very cool.
Very good point. Hold on. Sign of the Times 2? What's part 1?
It means there's 2 players.
I know. I just noticed it. That's all.
Right. Well, at number 3, we go back to the battle of the Future Watch Autos. This 2015-16 SP Authentic Connor McDavid Future Watch Auto out of $9.99 PSA 10 beat the Ovechkin this week by selling for $13,042 US via Slab Sharks, our boys at Slab Sharks. So sales of this card have heated up a lot lately, as you could guess, with 9 total copies moving in the past 2 months. Now, are you ready to have your brain completely scrambled?
Yes.
It's my favorite when I
just add cheese.
Can pull out a fact and it like locks you up. I just love it. So the all-time high, because I don't think we've ever gone over this before, sale for a McDavid Future Watch Auto, only $85,100 US for a BGS 10 in March 2021.
Well, you're paying for the label.
85 grand?
Yeah. What do you think that would sell for now? I think that'd go for 50. You don't think?
40.
I do. McDavid
40.
in the playoffs.
40.
Oh, picking on me.
Yeah, I'm picking on you. Well, even when you look at like a PSA 10 Auto 10, that has sold for I think 36,000 is the highest sale there for a PSA copy. So in comparison to those numbers, 13,000 doesn't seem too bad.
Who, the hockey card community is very small, and 3 degrees of separation. We can find anybody with any card we're looking for. How small is the super rich whale hockey card community? It's like what, 6 guys? Who's buying this card for 13,000? I need to. I mean, we do know the people buying it, but it happens so often. There's 999 Future Watch autos. You're right, and they're just flying all the time, back and forth, back and forth. Who's buying these cards and holding them? Like, would we say 99 of these switch hands a year? Maybe.
Oh, less than that. Like probably 50 to 60. So my read on the pandemic was that a lot of rich people were stuck at home, and probably a non-hobbyist with just a ton of money, but a hockey fan saw The Last Dance or saw some articles about how the sports card market was going bonkers and thought, oh, I'll spend 85 grand on a card printed to 1,000.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to, I wish they wouldn't leave the hobby, and I wish they would just take their licks, like, whoa, that was a big mistake. All right, time to make a good one. Time to make a good purchase,
Last question on this one. So if you could have one, if I would give you one, this card or the Ovi, which one do you take for your collection?
I'd probably go McDavid because I'm a Canadian boy, and yeah. And I would love the Ovi. I would love the Ovi. Now, Crosby, McDavid, Ovechkin, I'd go Crosby. Ovi would be my third. Yeah, I got to stick with my Canadian boys.
Okay, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I
know you'd go Ovi. You'd go Ovi, yeah.
Yeah, I would go Ovi. Makes us. Can we be friends still? I hope
we can still be friends.
Okay,
yes.
Great. Whew. Got nervous there for a minute. Number 2 this week is our first card from 23-24 the Cup.
Nice.
Pretty big one too. 23-24 the Cup. Connor Bedard, red foil rookie tag auto out of 4, sold for $13,879 US via, again, our boys at Slab Sharks. Congrats to them on June 7th. I am personally not moved to hobby tiers by tags, but I get it. One thing, and this is not a fresh take, it's been pointed out by others. They did very well on like their whole like black foil, green foil, red foil thing this year, and the red foiling with the color match it gives with Bedsy on this card looks amazing. Again, for my taste, I think a beautiful patch would be better here, but that's just me. I get that, tags matter too.
The red foiling is incredible. This is one of best hockey cards I've ever seen. I'm not the biggest fan of the Fruit of the Looms cotton tag thing. Yeah. I get it though. Like I have a couple of Brady, and they just complete my set. There's Brady.
Oh, it's 100% polyester. That's interesting.
Yeah.
It is. I'm really reading it.
I think it's still a great card. It's just it could be a lot nicer with a patch in it.
Have you noticed that when you look at like the first bigger Bedsy Cup sales, whether it be RPAs or other cards like this, where a comment I've seen a lot over the last few days has been, I thought it would have gone for more. And to me, I think that his market's kind of in this range where, listen, technically, given what he's produced, 14 large is a pretty hefty price for a player with, I don't know what, 40 less than 50 career goals.
Yeah, this could get you an incredible Gretzky. Like this could get you a tops 8 Gretzky. And still have lots of money left over.
I think 5 years from now, this is one of those buys that is either a steal.
Yeah.
Right. Where we're saying, holy cow, that person was smart, or like a Niall Yakupov kind of situation. Right.
So, listen, it says rookie year Cup card out of 4. Can't that's what this card fetches. I don't think it's too high. I don't think it's too low. I think it's just about right.
Appropriate.
Yeah, appropriate.
Three little bears in it. It's just right. You ready for number 1?
Yeah.
I want your
Let's go.
excited to get your take on this one. So back to McDavid for number 1. It's a 2015-16 exquisite collection. Connor McDavid, RPA out of 97. PSA 10 sold for $26,500 US via eBay on June 3rd. A big card, of course. A lot of orange in the patch, but kind of a little bit of a boring patch. You don't usually say that, like, use the word boring when it comes to Oilers patches that include orange. That's usually the spice that makes it real nice, but I don't know.
Very bright, very stop signy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think well, congratulations to the buyer. You got your point of entry for a McDavid patch auto on his rookie year.
If you've ever looked into the sales history on these cards, it's fascinating. You can tell that the value is incredibly dependent on the perceived value of the patch or how people like the patch. So I think this year alone, 5 copies have sold, and on the low end, like a 2-color, the blue and white 2-color Oilers patches you see, like 10 grand, right?
I'd rather that, I think.
And for as high as 36,000, almost 37,000 for a really nice patch that has like a cutout of the number and in all 3 colors in it as well. Now the all-time high, again, sorry to scramble your brain, 144,000 US for another double dimes PSA 10 auto 10, a really, really nice patch, but going back in February of 2022. And I do have one more kind of question for you on this one. So Phil, in your dark and twisted mind, your beautiful mind, as some or nobody would say, how do you compare this to his True Cup RPA? Do you see him as equals, not equals? Would you prefer one or the other?
It's tough. I'm biased. I love exquisite. I would think the hobby in general would consider the cup one, the 1A. This might be 1B. I'm gonna go ahead and say the exquisite is a 2, and the cup would be a number 1. But I understand if someone says 1A, 1B. I get that. Does that make sense? Did that not make sense?
It did, but I just for a minute, I was wondering what sense you meant 1 and 2, but I think I get it. So
like the cup is number 1, and there's no tie. Exquisite is number 2. There is no tie. I can see the validity in the argument that the cup and exquisite are 1A, 1B. They're kind of interchangeable. I could see that argument. I understand it. I wouldn't agree with it. Yeah, so I think this card is subpar to the cup.
You've had internet commenters call you a giant number 2.
That's okay. That's okay. Good. Keep bringing it. Bring it on.
Bring
it. Yeah.
Well, there we go. I think we're going to see a lot of McDavid for the next few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be like the Ovi thing when that was happening.
Be fun to watch.
Until next week, Hobby, we'll be back with the top 5 hockey card sales of the week. See ya.